Hello, Margaret. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
It's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Would you mind if I took a couple of notes while we talk this
No,
session?
that's fine.
Okay. Could you tell me what's been going on lately?
Well, I'm still waiting to see about the housing.
Okay.
So I'm still staying in the shelter, but I have gotten some medication to help me with my anxiety, so I'm feeling a little bit more at ease.
Okay, and how's that medication going? How many times a day do you actually take the medication? Is it prescribed?
It's prescribed, it is as needed.
It says needed.
Right.
And so how often do you find yourself?
Some days are worse than others, but it's really comforting to know that I have it and I just take it sometimes 4 times a day, sometimes 5.
Okay, so are you taking the medication because of the anxiety, because of what happened with your home or with your daughter, or a little bit of both?
Really for everything, it just takes my worry away. So the stress of everything, my daughter, the relationship, the house, it's really just putting me at ease.
Okay, it sounds like you're taking the overabundance of this medication. What do you think? Not too much? Maybe a little?
Well, I am dealing with quite a bit amount of stress, so I just feel it's been prescribed to me and I'll take it as I need. If I need.
So have you ever thought about not taking the medication?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
You think you couldn't do it? Or you just don't want to do it?
I'm afraid not to have it because I was very stressed out and panicky before, and I felt like I couldn't catch my breath and choked up, so I'm afraid not to take it.
Okay, so how about we focus on not thinking that we're not going to take it, but find something else to kind of distract us and take you away from taking it, like maybe puzzles, or do you like to knit?
I used to. I haven't done it quite a while.
Okay, you can, instead of taking turning to the medication and taking the medication, maybe you can try outlet. So that will have you doing something that you like and taking less of the medication.
It's worth a try.
It's worth a try. Okay, so how are we coming with speaking with your daughter? Any attempts with that?
Honestly, I haven't, because I did make the initial attempt, and I feel like it's up to her to make the call, and I haven't heard from her.
Okay. So do you think about your grandchildren? I mean, would you like to try just a little more for them, just so you can see them a little often? Maybe this reuniting can bring you closer together. I mean, sometimes it is hard when one person's trying and the other person isn't.
Right.
But sometimes in a relationship, one person gives more than the other.
Right.
I think a little push would.
I do care a lot about my grandchildren, of course, and I would love to see them. It's hard. It just feels like there's a barrier between my daughter and I that's keeping me from knowing about them. But I would be open to working towards maybe making a call to see about the children, and maybe that might help us.
And another outlet could be your grandchildren. If you got to see your grandchildren, you would think about those pills if you thought of it that way.
Maybe.
And to talk about the housing, I actually got in contact with the housing department, and they're still taking a little while because of a couple of people more than they thought were out of housing. But we're going to get that handled. Me and you are going to get that handled. We're going to try and locate your daughter, see if she'll come talk to you, reunite the family. I mean, I'll ask her, I'll try to call her if you don't mind, to see if she'll come out. And so we can meet together and try to get that family connection back together. So then you can move on, and you might not need the prescribed medication anymore. Does that sound like something good?
It sounds like a start, yeah.
Something to work towards? Okay. I think the outcome of you taking away thinking so much about the loss and thinking about the benefits of what you have to gain, the relationship with your daughter, a closer relationship with your grandkids, that would kind of lessen the stress a little bit if you looked that way versus what you lost. You think so?
Yeah, that sounds great. A relationship with my daughter would that's what's really important. I'm sure that would change the way that I feel about handling other things.
Okay. What else I'm trying to work on aside from the, finding the Reddit? You edit it? Can you edit it? Okay. Stop it. Oh, really? Okay, another thing that I'm trying to work on aside from the residency is trying to find you some sort of employment, even if it's just a little bit, so you'll have something to do while you're living in a temporary situation. Would that be something that you would like to do?
Absolutely. I'm so ready to get out of that shelter to do anything. You know, it's a place for me to stay right now, but it's not 24 hours a day. I need to be occupied.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that. And nothing could be more harder than losing everything you have and then having to adjust your life 360 totally around.
Right. I just sit there and I think about it, you know, over and over and over.
And that's probably what's causing even more stress and more anxiety and making you turn to the prescribed pills. But I'm gonna work on those two things to see if we can expedite the placement of the housing and see if we can find you some part-time job to, you know, get you out of this depression that you're feeling. Do you have any thoughts of suicide?
No, just very down.
Okay, but we're gonna try to get you up. Okay, well, we're gonna meet next time, maybe a week from today, is that fine?
That works.
Okay, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, God, please edit that. I thought I put his phone on vibrate.